Hi everybody and welcome back to another video on the Toon Review YouTube channel. Just before we start, if you are new to the channel and you like what you see, please do hit that subscribe button, become a part of the Toon Review family, and of course you can become a member as well if you hit the join button just underneath the video. Now this morning there has been obviously a lot of news again regarding Newcastle United in the transfer window. As usual, we've said many times that this is like a roller coaster ride between us and the club, and it's fantastic to be in this position, given the last 15 years when we just woke up to nothing every morning. No new signings, no prospective signings, nothing like that. But this time around it is very different, of course, and the players just keep on rolling in. Now, late last night, it was revealed by many different reporters that Newcastle United had entered into negotiations with Bayer Leverkusen for the signature of Moussa Diaby. Now, we know that the right-hand side is somewhere that Newcastle United really need to focus on now. We've got Fraser there, we've got Miggy there, but it really hasn't completely happened. And if we got Diaby on one side and ASM on the other, we're going to be a hell of a handful for a lot of football teams this season. Now, the price tag is round about 40 million euros that they've gone in with, apparently. Now, that for me is a very good offer to Leverkusen, who have stated before that they didn't really want to sell, but if a decent offer came in, money talks in football, as we well know. And it could be that Moussa Diaby has already told them that he'd like to join Newcastle. We know that they've been interested in him for a while now. Now, whether any talks have taken place between club, player, etc. In the past, we don't know. But certainly it has been known that Newcastle United now have entered negotiations. Now, the one reporter that has been against this or says it's not happening is Luke Edwards. Now, whether you want to take him seriously or not, because this guy seems to just hate on Newcastle whenever he gets the opportunity. All these signings that Newcastle United seem to be interested in, Luke Edwards puts a spanner in the works and says, no, they haven't got the money, or they're not interested, or it's not happening. So whether you want to believe Luke Edwards, that is perfectly fine by me, but he's claiming that this is not true. But as I say, a lot of other reporters are reporting very different that we're in. We may not be, but at the end of the day, it's nice to be linked. And certainly, we know that Moussa Diaby has been on the radar for quite some time with Newcastle, and now it may be coming to fruition that they decided to pull the trigger and try and bring him into Newcastle, which would be fantastic. Now, two of the players that Newcastle United again linked with, following the demise of the Hugo Ekitike deal, with that player claiming he wants to stay at Reims with an outlook to playing for Real Madrid or Barcelona in the future. Take that however you want with a pinch of salt. But Jack Harrison is certainly one that's been on the radar from Leeds United. Very good player. Not an out-and-out striker by any stretch of the imagination, but can play in a number of various roles. And certainly a player that would excite me if he came to Newcastle. Very good player. With Leeds last season, played very well. Very well. And would certainly do a job for Newcastle. And the other one is, of course, Broja from Chelsea, who was on loan at Southampton last season. This seems to be more of a loan deal that has been discussed. And certainly bringing Broja in would not be a replacement for Callum Wilson by any stretch of the imagination. This guy is going to come in as probably second choice to Callum, but he's there as backup. Of course, we've got Chris Wood there, who, let's face it, didn't really shine last season. Whether he does this time around after a pre-season, we don't know. Maybe he will, and hopefully he will, because we want anybody that pulls on that black and white shirt to do really well. But Broja, he went off the boil a bit last season, it's fair to say. He started with Southampton very well. I remember watching him play against Manchester City in one of the live games, and he ripped them apart, certainly in the first half. So, yeah, he's a player I'd be looking at and interested to see what he could do, certainly coming in on loan. Now, another name linked is Youri Tielemans, and this has been going on throughout the weekend. Now, reports are claiming that maybe the Tielemans' wage demands might be a bit too much for Newcastle United to pull any sort of deal off here. Look, Tielemans is a wonderful midfield player, wonderful player. Very talented, Belgium international, and has been highly scouted, for years and years. He seems to have been around for years and years, but this guy, still very young and very capable of doing a job. He's a very good player. We know he can score goals. He's got a real good head on his shoulders, football and brain wise. And again, if he was to come into Newcastle United, I'd be delighted. but it seems like the wage demands of this player may be a little too high to go off, on a tangent of breaking our sort of wage structure at Newcastle United. It might not be the right idea. But look, again, brilliant name mentioned with the club. It's shopping in Harrods compared to pound stretcher of previous years gone by. So whether we can bring Tielemans in, I'm sure negotiations have taken place, but we'll see what happens with that over the course of the next couple of days. But again, really, really exciting news. Now, more exciting news. The Chronicle are reporting that Newcastle could be looking to go back in for Amadou Haidara, who is, of course, at Leipzig in Germany. Now, there was interest there in January, but Newcastle United decided to go down the route of bringing Bruno to St James's Park, which I think was a masterstroke, given how well he's played for Newcastle since he signed and what he brings to the whole club, the environment, etc. But Haidara, very, very good player. Newcastle looking again to try and improve defensively. Haidara would certainly do that and give us a lot of options at the back. Now, again, we looked at him in January. It didn't quite happen, but Leipzig are sort of preparing themselves for offers for Haidara. Again, no direct link with any negotiations or anything, but Leipzig are ready to accept some offers for him. And finally, some really good news is that Newcastle United are looking to open contract talks with Callum Wilson. Now, he does still have 2 years remaining on his contract, but the reports are that they want to make him a long-term contract at Newcastle and keep him around probably now till the end of his career. He's certainly a player that a lot of other clubs would be interested in should he decide to run his contract down, but I wouldn't have thought that would be the case anyway because he loves it here. And he could become a real cult hero. And I've said many times throughout this summer that hopefully under a pre-season with Eddie Howe, he can get rid of them niggling injuries, work with the medical staff, etc., and eat the right foods, train the right way, and be 100% fit for the majority of the time. Because we don't want Callum Wilson to go through another season like last year when he's in for a couple of games and he plays really well, and then he's out for 6 or 7 weeks. We just don't want that with Callum, and I don't think that'll happen this season. I think we'll see a much, much fitter Callum Wilson going into the season. But if they open up talks, you're probably looking at an extension of around 2 years for Callum Wilson, which would probably take him up to when he's looking to finish his career. So if we can hang on to Wilson for that long, that'll be brilliant. Because, look, when Callum Wilson's on form, guys, he's unplayable. I mean, we saw that against Arsenal. The last home game of the season, he was just absolutely incredible. And if we can get that out of Callum Wilson on a more consistent basis, we've got a hell of a striker there. And of course, desperately trying to get that England call up for the World Cup in December. But there you go, guys. That's the news got so far for you. Very exciting again, being linked with all these brilliant players and big star names across Europe. So hopefully we'll bring 1 or 2 in, but time will tell on that. But let me know down below what you think. Is Diaby a player that would really improve us? I think so. What about Jack Harrison and Broja? Are they players that would interest you? Haidara? And of course, let me know what you think about Callum Wilson and his contract talks, hopefully going to be starting very shortly. But there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And like I said at the beginning, if you are new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. Very close to 12k now. And you can also become a member of the Toon Review. Just hit that join button just underneath the video itself. You can donate to the channel if you wish. There's a button there with thanks written on and a $sign next to it. If you want to donate to the channel while we're off air, you can certainly do that. So thank you to anybody that decides to do that. And if you're watching this on the Monday, don't forget tonight at 8 p.m. the transfer show is on again with Billy Trey and, of course, Stato Alex. So do tune in for that. Stato's got some more names and stats to look through and see what these players might bring to St James's Park. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. Enjoy your Monday. Take care.